I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome to J. Scott Beauty. Today we're going to talk about my number one favorite anti-aging treatment. I am 50, turned 50 this year, 2020. This year just keeps on giving the hits. And honestly, I'm happier to be 50 than, what's the alternative? For about 10 years now, I've been super obsessed with skincare. First thing I really became obsessed with, a girlfriend of mine, hey Lynn, told me about retin-A. And I was like, I've heard about this. Tell me more. She gave me a tube. I took it home and was immediately hooked. However, I came to learn lots of things. So I'm going to tell you about some of those things that I've learned. First of all, retin-A, retinol, they're under the category of what's called a retinoid. These are things that are derived from vitamin A. So retin-A is a synthetic form of vitamin A. I use tretinoin. This you get by prescription. This is a 0.1%. That's the highest percentage that you can get. And I find it to be the most effective anti-aging treatment of all, hands down. What it does is it encourages cell turnover. So it gets rid of the top layer of your skin, the dead, skin cells that just need to go anyway. It exfoliates them away, but in exfoliating, it also penetrates and it encourages new cellular growth. So as new cells are being made and turned over, you're getting fresher, brighter skin. It gets rid of hyperpigmentation. It gets rid of fine lines. It encourages the production of collagen, which is what we want. We want to stay bouncy and fresh and keeping those lines filled with the collagen. Great. However, vitamin A, tretinoin, is very strong. So for me, I only use it once a month for about 4 or 5 days in a row. And I will get redness, I'll get peeling, flaking skin, but I love that because it tells me that it's getting rid of the debris. But for the rest of the month, I still need to continue with retin-A products, or retinoids, I should say. I use other retinols. Now, I do also use retin-A micro. So this is a 0.06% of retin-A. So it's slightly less irritating. It's actually a lot less irritating than the 0.1% tretinoin. However, because it is micro, it does take a longer time to work, whereas you see immediate results with the tretinoin. Within a month, you're like, ooh, new skin, who dis, hello. The retin-A micro can take a little bit longer, but you can have sensitivity to it because it's still, at 0.06, that is still like a strong, compound to be putting on your face on the regular. So here again, I wouldn't be doing that regularly. I will say when I'm using the tretinoin, if it's the first day, I will put on my moisturizer first, then I'll put on my tretinoin, and then after it dries, I'll put on another layer of moisturizer. Then for the rest of the 5 days, I just go and clean dry skin, let that dry, and then I put on a nice thick moisturizer before bed. Now when you're using your retinoids, make sure you're using sunscreen because when you're producing this new skin, your skin is very sensitive to the sun, and we don't want to ruin what we're trying to fix. It's just self-defeating. Now, on the days when I'm not using my retin-A's, I use adapalene gel. This is the different brand. I get it at CVS. It's a 0.1%, and it is a gel formulation. Now, it is different from retin-A in that it is silkier, and it is not as intense on the skin. So actually, my dermatologist told me I can take it up to where crow's feet would be, crow's feet lines, crow's feet. And I can bring it actually up pretty high. With the tretinoin, you can only go to your orbital bone, right here. That's as far as you go with the tretinoin. So this is a fantastic product to use. I use it pretty much all the time when I'm not using my tretinoin, so the other 3.5 weeks of the month. Now, when I'm not using that, I'm using a retinol. So under retinoids, you have retin-A and retinols. So your retin-A is your tretinoin and your adapalene. Retinol, this is your over-the-counter stuff. I'm currently using the Naturium, that's the Susan Yara line, which Love her, and I'm really loving her line of products. Anyway, this one here, this retinol serum, it's a 2.5%, so this also has hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, or not vitamin C, vitamin E in it. So you are able to use this and have no irritation whatsoever. However, the difference with a retinol compared to a retin-A formulation is that the retinol isn't a retin-A, so it doesn't begin fixing your problems immediately. What it does is it works with the enzymes in your skin, and then it turns to retinoic acid, and that's when it starts to make the changes in your skin. So you have that time where, you know, things are not really happening. You're not seeing changes. But if you use a retinol consistently for 6 months, you will definitely see some changes happening. Now, listen, I'm a baby of the 70s. We didn't even have sunscreen until like the early 80s. And even at that, I grew up with a swimming pool in my backyard, Mom taking us to the beach all the time. So I have lots of hyperpigmentation. I've been able to get rid of all the brown spots off my face. I don't have any lines. So for that, I'm very happy. Like that, those are goals for me. And I'm really pleased about that. However, as far as I'm concerned, your face goes from here all the way down to, well, you can't see here. So I'm always working on my neck and working on my décolleté. However, the neck does not, at least mine, does not tolerate retin-A. I will use retinols, over-the-counter products, and sometimes I'll use the different gel, especially if I get breakouts. I sometimes get breakouts along here just because of my hair laying here. Your hair products, hair oils, that can actually irritate the skin here, so I do use the different to help clear that up. Now, I definitely use retinols on my décolleté. I do have some prominent brown spots. However, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I can keep my skin smooth, glowing, wrinkle-free, producing collagen, I'm okay with that. I mean, I made it to 50. I'm doing okay. So I promise you, if you want to start out with a retinol, something like this, and work your way up, you will be thrilled. If you have a doctor who will prescribe this for you, it will change your life. So I hope you've enjoyed my favorite anti-aging skincare secret. Not really a secret, everyone knows it, but it certainly is my secret. Thank you for stopping by J. Scott Beauty. I'm Jennifer Scott. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, maybe comment, tell your friends. Thanks so much. Have a great day.